Hi everyone, welcome to our third and final peer discussion for BCM 114. So for this last discussion, all of our group members have found a umbrella um exploration theme, which is exploring tangible media through the lens of electronics and interactives. So we're just going to start off. We're all going to go through and introduce ourselves and what our DA is this time, very briefly. So just to start us off, my name is Bailey. I'm using the theme of exploring AI media. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is similar to my last DA where I recreated a viral TikTok edit. I'm going to be using generative AI to help me create ideas of what to edit and the execution of the edit. So, what the song is, who I'm editing, what time I post it to social media, what hashtags I use, what caption I use, basically to try and see if using AI can elevate the experience of whatever editing process I do because as per the frame, these tools don't just make the content, they shift how the content is made. So I'm basically using this generative AI to refine and help my workspace become faster, more streamlined, basically. So yeah, Christian, do you want to tell us about your DA?
Yeah, I'm Christian. I will be using the fictional media lens to create an origin story for my D&D character, his clan, his parents, where he came from, just to add a bit more backstory to my existing D&D character. It's something I've wanted to do for a while now.
Awesome. Julian, what was your frame in DA?
So for this DA, my frame was the anti-digital artifact. So it's an analog piece instead of something being distributed online. So I'm going to be designing and building my own skateboard.
Oh, cool. And just lastly, Coda, what was your frame and DA?
Yeah, so my frame is exploring viral media, and my digital artifact is making an Instagram and like a blog, travel blog type of a social media platform in which I document like my journey through like boxing and being a referee and judge.
Awesome, that's really cool. Um, so nextly, if we just want to go around and just share why we're doing this topic and digital artifact. So I'll start off with I was doing this topic first of all because editing is something that I've done for a long time that has seen me through many different phases of my life. But it's always been something that as much as I love doing it and love seeing the final product, it is such a bludge. It's like yeah, I started this edit like 2 months ago. I've done like 3 seconds of it. Like it just sounds like so much work for what the product is. Hence why I thought it would be cool to explore it through the frame of AI because I don't use AI. And I think that's something Coda and I have in common, which we found to be a bit of a coming together for us is learning how to use these AI tools. Um, because yeah, I was just hoping that as per the why this frame matters, it would help me to refine and streamline my process and workspace and hopefully kind of take a bit of that guesswork out of, oh, do I want to do this or that, or should I edit this person or that person? When should I post? Basically try and simplify that whole process. Yeah, so how about you, Christian?
Yeah, well, I really like writing. I like creating like stories in my head and backstories for characters that may not already have one. My first DA was also D&D related, and the last DA I did wasn't and was very much outside my comfort zone. So for this last DA, I wanted to do something that, I was comfortable with. I knew I was going to enjoy and put in a lot of time and effort for. And also, it would be useful for the current campaign that I'm in. I can give this like whole manuscript to my DM so that he knows stuff about my character's backstory and possibly work it in if they want to. Um, yeah, no, it's just been like something I've wanted to do more. And if I get to be marked on something that I very much enjoy doing in my spare time, then that's just a bonus for me.
Yeah. So did you find that like with going from that kind of DA that you were was something you were very into to trying something new to back to what you were into, did you find that it was kind of a you struggled with motivation in the middle, or like what was kind of your major roadblock as to why you didn't continue with that sort of new idea of a DA?
I mean, it wasn't just the fact that I like didn't have motivation, because with work, with work and going to and from uni from where I live, I didn't have the time to properly invest in my second DA as much as I would have liked to if I did have more time. This one, I know I've already got the motivation, so I can already get straight into it. I'm not looking for motivation or looking for time. I know when I can do it. I already have spare time that I use for writing, so this would just take over that time already.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Julian? Why were you doing your topic in DA?
Um, so the reason I'm doing my topic is me and my friends have recently gotten into skateboarding, and I've been using my brother's old board, and it did not work. It was horrible. It broke on me after the first day. And because most of my artifacts have been very driven by like my surroundings and the people around me, I thought if I'm already going to be trying to get something new to do for this, like make a new board, why not do it under an assignment so that way I can have like more motivation to do it properly and not like put it off like I would in the past for other assignments, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Um, so you feel that like that procrastination was your major like roadblock preventing you from doing it, or you found that you could actually use that in your own favor?
Um, I kind of saw it as a roadblock because I know
Yeah.
usually when I procrastinate, I'd rather be doing anything else more I'm supposed to. But because this is something I would have done as I was procrastinating, I thought if I just make it my assignment, then there's not really an excuse to procrastinate because it's what I would have been doing anyway. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How about you, Coda? Why did you choose your topic NDA?
Yeah, so I don't think there we go. As you guys have heard before, and over the past couple of weeks, I've been like really, really extra invested into my career as a boxing referee and judge. I also took a lot of inspiration from like you and your social media journey. I've always wanted to do something with social media. I don't want to be an influencer, but like I was really like enamored with like your commitment to posting and making edits. And like, you know what, that's something I want to do. um I wanted to also like bring awareness to like female like in sport, specifically in boxing, because it's finally becoming a huge thing. And I was like, you know, if I can make a platform to discuss women in like men's fields, then I'm so here for it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been documenting like my time traveling around the country as a referee, my time training as an athlete, and I'm just like, this is something that I've really wanted to do for a while. I've just never actually had an opportunity to do it, which is why I'm kind of doing it for an assessment. Like kind of similar to Julian, it's putting me in that space where like, you know what? These two things kind of work hand in hand. I'm gonna just go for it, and it's working out, and I'm quite happy with where I am. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really special. I love that. Um, on the note of both of our social media journeys, I just wanted to like talk about how we kind of you came to me for advice, I came to you for advice. It was kind of one of those things where like
Yeah.
I had the social media knowledge, but I didn't know how to use AI. And then
Yeah.
we kind of figured out that AI aspect together, you know?
Yeah. Cause like dude, I don't know how to use like edit. I can make edits of like videos, but when it comes to like social media style of editing, like
Yeah.
making edits to post on like TikTok or Instagram, straight over my head. But literally that's what you've been doing for a long time. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit you up for this assessment. Teach me to make some viral edits so I can build my Instagram and my page. And I hate AI. You figured that out from day dot when you asked me for help with AI, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna knock it down. So like I was kind of happy we spent a little bit of time together to figure out AI together. I mean, it didn't
Yeah.
really do anything for me in my assessment, but it did a lot for me just to understand AI, if that makes sense. But it
Yeah.
helped you, which I'm
It
happy for.
helped me a
So
lot because I was
yeah,
yeah. No, that was it was very good to be able to collaborate with someone like-minded in that aspect, especially with AI, because everyone uses it, everyone knows how to use it. So it was actually quite funny. I went to the one person who didn't.
yeah.
So, I just wanted to circle back to our group theme of the tangible media, electronics, and interactives. So, why does everyone's DA fall into that tangible media? So for me personally, like despite my edit being per se digital, um, it's part of that electronic and interactive aspect of the theme. So um, I'm designing not just messages, but like reactive media. Like when someone sees that media, they are personally reacting to it. Um, because yeah, that's kind of like you're scrolling on TikTok, you're seeing like, haha, that's funny, that's whatever. Oh wow, this edit's really cool. If it's a sad edit, it's moving. If it's a happy edit, it makes you feel good, whatever. Like kind of just yeah, that's the tangible emotion rather than tangible product. How about you, Christian?
Well, I mean, because I intend on both having my like whole manuscript full of the story, both on my computer, but like physically as well. Like I want to print it out and like maybe put it in a nice binder or something, just to like, so I have that memory when we eventually finish this campaign. It'd just be a nice reminder of the character. And if I were to bring the character back for something, I have all that information there just to remind me of all like the characters' little personality quirks, why they would act in this situation a certain way, just something like that. It's nice to have copies of things. I'm a person that likes having physical copies of books, movies, TV shows. I like because the digital things a lot of the time, especially with like social media, they will get pushed below the surface if they aren't like remembered, if they don't stay in the public conscious. Like people will forget about them, and then maybe in years to come, someone will be like, "Oh, remember this?" And then it might have a brief moment of fame again, but then again it will die down. If you have something physically, it's there, you can hold it, you can display it if you want to. It's still going to be there. Yeah, that's just for me personally. I've always wanted to make something physically, like I did in my first project. But I love stories. I love creating things in my head, and so being able to make something physical that relates to stories and writing fiction, to me, is something exciting to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really like your take on the frame, Christian. How about you, Julian? You're actually creating something physical, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. So the reason I feel like my project falls under this umbrella of tangible stuff, tangible media, is like one, because I'm actually physically creating something, but then on top of that, there's also the aspect of like the sentiment, like the tangible emotion, like you were saying with the edits, Bailey. Like I feel like because I have a connection the to the process, because I do enjoy making stuff. Like I grew up playing with Legos and all that, like building blocks. I love actually making something. And so because I actually get to build something with value, that I can actually use and you can actually produce, I feel like it is tangible and the emotional, like the sentiment behind it, like the sentimental value, I feel like also adds to it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I really like how you've taken like that multifaceted approach to it. Like it's not just physically tangible, but it's also emotionally tangible for you as well, which I think is really cool. How about you, Coda? How were you feeling into this train?
Well, mine's pretty self-explanatory. I post content immediately after like a massive tournament, like for example the under 19s in Darwin. Post straight after that tournament, get a bunch of like, because everyone in boxing is looking at that tournament because it's a big recent one. Get on the hype train and then get interactions from that. So that's what I've been doing with my tangible media, is getting interactions straight after like in-person large events and just kind of moving forward with like actual timelines within the boxing community. So yeah, just while I have the floor, real quick, Christian, your DA, I'm obsessed, right? So obviously what you're doing has nothing to do with my DA, but I did like working with you. I'm just going to bring this up here. I did like working with
Mm.
you on your DA because obviously my first DA, if we go back to the first peer discussion, I was pretty much doing something very similar with my D&D universe. And it was so good to like reminisce on that and like bring forward the things that I had to like help boost your narrative, which I thought was
Well,
really fun.
it was really getting your insights on like how you approached developing the like backstory of your character. Like, for example, you talked about your character's relationship with their parents,
Mm,
which didn't directly influence how my character um like approaches their parent dynamic, but it did help me see it through the lens of, oh, well, how would their parents' actions influence how they behave just in the general setting? Like that was really helpful, and I'm very thankful for that.
yeah. Anyways, thank you, thank you. Just wanted to drop that in there.
I think that like a lot of what we've all experienced throughout this DA journey is there's a lot of like full circle moments to like our first and second DAs. Does everyone feel like that's true to some
A
extent?
hundred
Oh,
percent,
100%.
100%. It's
Yeah.
like a massive spider web. We're all kind of like linked somehow, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
I
it's really
definitely agree.
cool. Like
Like
for
I
me personally, I'm like going from this entirely unrelated thing back to my roots of, oh, I want to make an edit. And then I'm kind of
Mm,
expanding upon that again. Then like you look at you, Koda, you've gone through this entire journey of multiple different artifacts, but at the end, you've still finished with that one that's most special to you.
yeah,
Would you say that's true?
100%. Like I loved
Yeah,
my D&D thing, but I love my boxing probably more. And it's so good to like finish on a high note. And like
absolutely.
obviously I went through like each DA was so unique and so different in its own, but like Christian's, he stuck to his roots, tried something new for like his previous DA, and he's back at his roots and he's loving it.
I
Mm.
know. I think, yeah, Christian, your DA journey has to have been my favorite. Like the fact you kind of diverged and ended up back with the first one, I think is really special.
Thank you. I mean, Julian, I did like a tangible physical thing for my first one. Julian, you're doing a physical thing for your third one. I just want to quickly ask, how has it been like finding the resources and the materials that you've needed to create yours?
um that's I really enjoy that question, Christian. It's very like obviously there are like it's much easier to get supplies because it's like for a skateboard, so they're pre-produced, prefabricated. But even then, just trying to actually find something that's quality but not going to break the bank, I feel like has been a struggle because it's ended up costing me around $240 to just make this.
Oh,
But
wow.
like that's trying to find cheaper alternatives to what I would have ideally had. So I feel
Yeah,
like
right.
trying to find the effective cost was a very difficult thing for this project. What about you, Christian? What about when you did your second artifact? Was it, did you find something similar or?
Yeah, no, it's definitely similar. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I think that we're kind of creeping up on that 20-minute mark. But I just wanted to, yeah, wrap it up with I think that we've all had such a special journey with our DAs throughout the course of this session and this subject. And I think that we've also formed a lot of connections through like individual pairings within the group with similar themes, and then also just through our group discussions. I think we've all learned so much about each other and our unique creative processes. Um, yeah, so thanks everyone for a great session. I hope to see you all again in the future.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
go. See ya.
See you
Bye.
guys.